Welcome back, VC. Here are my responses to Rob Walker's 2024 vinyl tag. Rob, thank you for compiling these questions. I'm going to do my best to keep this under 15 minutes. Printed out a little cheat sheet. Question 1. Favorite record you purchased in 2023? I was fortunate to find this OG pressing of Beck's Mutations at my local record shop, and I have been on the hunt for a minty copy of this title for quite some time. This included the 45 that was included with the album, so really excited that that was still with the LP. This is a folk offering from Beck's amazing catalog. I'm a huge fan and really excited to add that to my collection. Question number 2, the last purchase of 2023. That would be the black 7-inch variant of the Beatles' Now and Then. Of course, Love Me Do is on the flip. Question 3, a band or singer who released 2 or more albums in the same year. Well, they don't call him the hardest working man in show business for nothing. In 1968, James released not 2, not 3, not even 4, 5 albums. Although one was a holiday album, still very prolific. So I'm going to start out with I Can't Stand Myself When You Touch Me. Classic funk jam. This album is strong throughout. This was released in March of that year. The following month, he released I Got the Feeling. Another soul classic. This is more of a mixed bag of songs, but hey, it's JB nonetheless. In August of that year, he released James Brown Plays Nothing But Soul. I haven't listened to this one in quite some time. I think this is an all-instrumental album with James at the organ. I love the back of the jacket. So many great Vox amplifiers and instruments. I'm sure James received some concert support from Vox. And then rounding out the year, thinking about Little Willie John and a Few Nice Things. And this was a tribute to his friend. I'm a huge fan of Little Willie John's as well. This is a jazzier offering. Question 4, if you could only listen to music from one decade, which decade would you choose? This was a hard one, but in the end, I chose the 80s, the decade of my youth. Just so many iconic bands came out of that decade, many of them that I still listen to today. Question number 5, show a record by a band or singer from Manchester. Well, I could have went with the obvious, and for me, that would have been the Smiths, but I wanted to pick out something a little different, so I picked this album by Harry Styles. This is his debut release, his solo release. I can't speak to any of the music that he recorded with One Direction, but this is phenomenal. Almost a perfect side 1. I'm not so keen on Meet Me in the Hallway, but the rest of the songs are just brilliant. Sign of the Times, Carolina, my favorite song on the album, Two Ghosts, and then Sweet Creature. He also employs musicians from Manchester when he tours, so hats off to you. All right, next question. Which band or singer did you listen to the most in 2023? That would have to be the 10,000 Maniacs, and I would have to include Natalie's solo works as well. As I've been getting my collection in order, I've been pulling out titles that I haven't listened to in years, and I just forgot how good some of these early albums are. Natalie's voice was just a little thin in the beginning, but she blossomed into just a wonderful vocalist with a deep, beautiful voice. And she is one of my favorite lyricists. Okay, let's see. Let me get these in order here. Okay. Let's see. Question number 7. My favorite, show 7 7-inch records. I got to learn to do the mambo from 1955 by Ivory Joe Hunter. This is beautiful original Atlantic sleeve, rhythm and blues. Then I chose a 2 7-inch set by Link Ray and his Raymond, and this was put out by Sundazed, reissue label. They do an excellent job, lots of garage rock. And just look at the detail that they put into the inner sleeve. We have Big City After Dark, Hold It, and then on the other disc we have Dance Parties Part 1 and 2. Very influential guitarist, someone I missed the boat on until recently, but I've just been trying to buy everything I can. I just love him. Rage Against the Machine, No Shelter. This is on red wax. Fantastic band. The guitarist, Tom Morello, essentially invented a style of guitar playing. You may not agree with their politics, but you just can't deny their talent. I just love every title in their catalog. They are exceptional. Little Soul, Moods of Marvin Gaye. And then this is what is known as a little LP. These are played at 33 1/3 RPM. Usually comprised of 5 or 6 songs. This is on the Tamla Globe label. Globe label. A couple classics on this one. I'll Be Doggone, Take This Heart of Mine, One More Heartache. Can't go wrong with Marvin. Okay, some garage rock. Armin Schaubrock Steels. This is from the mid-70s on Mirror Records. Let's see, Crazy Babies Got Me Shakin' Shakin'. Armand and his brother own the Great House of Guitars, and that is a music shop in actually Irondequoit, New York. Just about every musician has visited that shop. Back in the day, it was great. It's changed a little bit over the years, but still, it's somewhere that I can't describe. You have to visit it yourself. And they have tons of vinyl, tons of vintage guitars. It's just it's an event to go to that store. Okay, then we have one of these side-by-side singles. These are released around Record Store Day. This one's tracked by the Bee Gees, I Just Started a Joke. And then you have Faith No More's version of it, and that's from 1995. All right. Picture sleeves from this era are so hard to find. I'm usually a little bit more selective, but these come across so seldom that I pick them up, be it the condition. And this is Chess EP 5125. This is Bo Diddley. And of course, Bo Diddley, and I'm a Man, side A, with just one chord and one singular beat. He influenced just about everyone who ever picked up a guitar, especially the early rock and rollers. This is fantastic. And then I included an extra one just because the Beatles seem to be the talk of the VC. This is one of my favorite tracks from Hard Day's Night, I'll Cry Instead. It's on the Capitol Swirl label. And this is unusual. Beautiful clean sleeve, and someone actually stamped it with the date stamp. July 18th, 1964. I don't know why anyone would do that. This was not a radio station copy, but oh well. All right, so those are done. 8. Who's coming to your party? Choose 4 music-related people to come to an imaginary dinner party. Past or present, who would you invite? Well, first off, I'm not a big conversationalist, so I'm going to have Little Richard there, and he will definitely get the party started. Next to him, we're going to have Axl Rose, and I have no doubt he will be unfashionably late. Everyone will be pissed off, but sometimes a little is good for the soul. Next to him, next to Axl, we're going to have Kurt Cobain. I have a few bones to pick with him. And then next to him, my favorite jazz pianist, and that would be female jazz pianist, Miss Nina Simone. Just a beautiful lady. I've always loved her spirit and her her tenacity, her will. So we'd have a nice evening. That would be for sure. Let's see. Okay, we lost them. Choose one musician who passed away in 2023. I picked Sherrell, sweet Charles Sherrell. You may not know the name, but you've heard his bass playing. He played with James Brown for many years, on and off from probably 1968 through, I would say, the mid-90s. Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. He's on that. He's on so many iconic tracks. But before he played the guitar, he played drums. And early on, he played with Jimi Hendrix, and I forgot the other gentleman's name. And then he actually took guitar lessons from Curtis Mayfield. So he would actually wash Curtis's car, and in exchange, Curtis would give him free guitar lessons. So hey, that's a win-win. He then switched from guitar to bass, and he just played with so many great soul, funk, R&B artists. Al Green, lots of musicians who played for James, who released their own albums, Maceo and the Max, Lynn Collins. He's just an exceptional musician, very, very influential on the bass. Okay. Imagine you could only listen to music from one country. Which country would you choose? The United States. Name 3 vinyl community channels you discovered in 2023. The Vinyl Douche. I rediscovered this gentleman's channel. I think he took a break, and that would be Madam Sin. Love his channel. He has an amazing collection of 45s. And then Vinyl Chef Steve. 3 great channels. Show a record you bought when you were a teenager. This is the actual copy. Aretha Arrives. And this was actually playing at the store. Baby I Love You, which is a Ronnie Shannon, I think, composed track. Got it home. Fell in love with all of these soul ballads on this album. You have Never Let Me Go. That just kills me. Prove It. I Wonder. This is not really a popular title as far as Aretha's Atlantic albums go, but it's one definitely worth picking up. It's, again, the music and the album have stayed close to my heart for all these years. Okay, let's see. Show a funk or soul record. Donny Hathaway, Live at the Bitter End, 1971. Cooking. He was cooking. This is a phenomenal performance. This was a Record Store Day release. I forgot the year. Numbered copy, 1705 out of 4,000. One of 4 or 5 geniuses from the Atlantic label. Just a phenomenal piano player, singer, songwriter. He does a killer cover of What's Going On. The Ghetto, Little Ghetto Boy, You've Got a Friend. This is a phenomenal set. Show a record you think that everyone has. Well, in one format, I think everyone has a copy of Hotel California. Show a record that you think nobody has. This is Goth Rock from 2010 by him, Screamworks, Theories, Love and Theory and Practice, chapters 1 through 13. She's Great, a record by a female artist you bought in 2023. Total blind buy, and I just fell in love with this album. The singer, Imelda May. When I picked this up, I posted a video. Someone suggested 2 of her other titles, which I'm going to pick up. This is just fantastic. It's a rockabilly, kind of rock and roll. Excellent. Great voice. the favorite video you posted on your channel in 2023, and the favorite video you watched on the VC in 2023. So my video, I would have to say, probably there was a garage sale haul. I picked up a bunch of punk 7-inch singles and albums, and I think there's 5 videos in that series. The first one is my favorite. I have a video of me kind of riding through the neighborhood at the house, picking out the records. It's a fun video. And then just because I love digging and hunting myself, Tuco had a great year, and I forget the exact name of the video, the Haul of a Lifetime or something. I really enjoyed seeing those. Show me a record you describe as a 90s classic. Third Offering from Radiohead, OK Computer. Fantastic album. Departs a little bit from the first two, which are more traditional in their approach to songwriting. This one is a little bit more experimental, not to the point of, let's say, Hail to the Thief or Kid A, but to me it's the perfect blend, and every song is a classic. I just love this album. Let's see. If you could walk into the cover, look through your collection, and choose a record cover you'd like to be a part of, I think there's room for me. My favorite Blondie release, and front or back, I could certainly. It's like a greatest hits. Show a record you're so familiar with that it feels like a greatest hits. Well, some may say this is a greatest hits. This is a live album. Stop Making Sense. The Talking Heads. Can't tell you how many times I've seen this movie, but this is just an incredible recording. Huge fan of the band, and I play this album often. I have a CD changer in the basement. This CD is a permanent fixture in that machine, and I've always been a big fan of the Talking Heads. And let's see. Show me an album that was released in 1974. Billy Cobham, Total Eclipse, great jazz drummer. This is kind of a rock fusion album. And that's it. So I think I got in under the wire. Again, Rob, thanks for posting the tag. Hope you enjoyed seeing the records. Stay safe.